Hello lovely people, it's Cara here and I am so mad. Welcome back to my channel. It is always a pleasure to have you here. You know, some weeks just go like that and some weeks, like this week, feel like they have lasted a lifetime. I can't really explain it. I've been at work, I've been doing bits and pieces, but it feels like ages since I last filmed. Of course, I know this isn't the case, it literally is only a week, but there you go, that's such is life. First of all, let me explain why I am in tartan. I mean, there's nothing wrong with tartan, it's absolutely lovely. Let me stand up and show you. I have got on a dress, you probably can see it in the mirror better you can. I've got actually on a dress that comes to just above my knee. And I bought this in the charity shop this week because today I'm off to my dad's and we're doing a Burns lunch. I'm not Scottish in any way, shape or form, but all through my childhood we did Burns lunches at my grandma and granddad's and then later on at my Auntie Sue's. And last year we reinvigorated that because we'd had a gap of quite a few years and I really wanted my daughter Molly to experience the slight craziness that is a Burns lunch. So we don some tartan, we eat some haggis, some McSween's haggis, and basically do the ode and things like that. So great fun. If I can find it, I'll put the picture in of, we hosted it here last year, but this year we're going to my dad's, which is lovely because my dad has a really lovely big house. We are all still adapting to life after losing his wife, my stepmom Jo. But it's going to be great. There's going to be 12 of us there, all family members, actually plus 2 neighbours, and we're just going to have some fun today. So hence the tartan. So slightly chaotic in my house. If you can hear some bits and pieces going on, my daughter's just got up. My husband's sort of chatting away outside, just outside the room there, and the dogalogs, as ever, are just being doggies. So what else have I got up to this week? Well, let's pick up where I left off. But first of all, I need to have a sip of coffee. I always like to have a chat with you as if you're literally opposite me, which you are. And I think this is why I felt like it had been such a long time since I spoke to you, because I went really down a rabbit hole last weekend, having watched Sarah from So Sarah Style, this lovely vlog about easy to wear trousers. And you know, I share an addiction to the both the Pomona trousers and the Derwent trousers, which Sarah has completely got me hooked on. And so when she started talking about the Beth trousers from Style Arc, I thought, well, I'd be crazy not to, because for some reason, whatever Sarah chooses in terms of that shape is a win-win for me too. So I can't remember if I showed these to you last week or not, so apologies if I did. I made, this was the first pair of Beth trousers I made, and the fit's fine. I have to say, they come up really long, so you can see there I've actually turned these up that much. Don't know if I've cut the pattern yet or not. I'd need to check that actually. I think I've subsequently cut the pattern, but that's a massive amount to turn up my trousers by. Now on the jeans one, I think I have left it as a turn up. I haven't made those yet, more on that later. But the most obvious change is, so I made these, I was almost at the point of, yeah, I will hem them and wear them. And then Sarah did another video where she talked about, I would really love to put some pockets in the Beth trousers because they don't come with pockets. And my little brain just got to thinking, now, very fortunately on this pair of trousers, now you're going to have to bear with me here, because this pair of trousers has the option to have a waistband that has some seam detail on it, and therefore there is a design line on the pattern already that is basically like this, and you would, just for decorative purposes, because there are no pockets in the Beth trousers, you would basically create your waistband with 1, 2, 3 pieces across the front, so you've got this diagonal shape, diagonal shape here on both sides, don't forget, and then there would just be this decorative slice here. So for me, I thought, do you know what, that is the perfect design line, therefore, to simply put a inseam pocket. I think that's what they're called, I'm not quite sure actually. So what I did then was, I thought to myself, okay, what pattern have I got that's got this kind of slanty pocket in it with a waistband on the top? So I couldn't do this to the Derwents because there's no waistband, so it's like all in one. But this is a waistband. So I actually unpicked the section here of the waistband because these trousers were finished. I've unpicked the whole lot, including the overlocking, which is always a joy. And I got out, let me show you, the Stella joggers by Tilly and the Buttons. Now can you see, this is the same principle. So this is the pocket bag that goes on your trousers, and this is the slanted angle of your trousers, and then you have a pocket bag that goes behind it, and they are always, can you see there, the same size. And this is where your hand will go in for the pocket. So what I had to do, and obviously to make these trousers have this shape on, I needed to cut a section. Here it is. See? Can you see what I've done there? So then that makes the front of your trousers have the slant on it. Okay, this is a normal front piece of your trousers, and this piece is created by the pocket bag, and that is the side of your trousers. I hope that makes sense. And I have to tell you, even on a retro fit, as in I'd completed the item, unpicked it and put it back in, I am super pleased with how these have turned out. And that is the solution done. So on the inside, there you go. So there you go, pocket bag done. These look a little bit bumpy in terms of like gathering and stuff, but that's because when you put them on, these trousers are under tension a little bit. It's been one of those weeks where, once again, I haven't really taken any pictures, but I was sort of sharing some WhatsApp images with Sarah. So these images are just between friends, and you're between my friends anyway. So I'll put in here the WhatsApp image of me standing in these trousers. I think both with and without. So now my husband's deciding to go in the roof. That is what that sound is. I daren't say anything to him. I'm probably meant to be helping. So that's the trousers they're made, and I love these trousers that much that I have actually got 2 more pairs cut out already. I might have told you that last week. I went immediately and used the remnant denim that Rainbow Fabrics provided with me. I'm really sorry if you can hear my husband in the roof. Oh dear. So I've got a remnant, a really nice mid-blue, it's a lovely colour actually, denim that Rainbow Fabrics gave us free when we did a massive order. And then I've cut out the really lovely olive green with animal print on that I got from Dot Studio. So I've got 2 more pairs of these cut out. I've actually packed it. Oh, that's right at the bottom, because I'm going away next weekend. I bought the 3-inch elastic that Sarah recommended, because I was a bit confused, because Sarah recommended, she said she'd used 3-inch wide elastic, which is quite a big old fella like this. And then in the instructions it says 1.5 inch. So this is the 1.5 inch. And Sarah's not wrong. You end up with this. You can see there, I think, the edge of the elastic, and obviously there's the edge of your trousers. Neither Sarah or I followed the instructions, very odd instructions of attaching the elastic into your trousers. I just don't think it's necessary. I also think it's a little bit odd because there's no top to this seam. It's one piece. So yeah, very strange. You could stitch it in afterwards if you wanted to, but honestly, when you're wearing them, the elastic just sits there anyway. But actually I thought it was quite a good idea to fill the channel. So that's what I've done and will do for the next 2 pairs that I'm taking on the sewing retreat. But it's been one of those weeks. I never have work in progress. I just don't. These have sat in my sewing room unfinished all week. It's a travesty, I tell you. It's unprecedented. So I hope that's helped. I'm going to put those back into the pouch whilst I'm talking to you, because otherwise I'm going to wonder. Actually, do you know, I haven't made the Stella joggers since they were bought out, so I don't really know why I keep it, to be honest. It's not my kind of style of shape, you know, to be fair. But we keep these things, don't we, knowing or thinking or hoping that one day they'll become useful. And this is the day, so that's good news. So that's the trousers explained. Let me explain some of the other things I've got up to in amongst the melee of my attic door, or the attic hatch being opened. It's just about busy family living their lives. And then this arrived this week. This is falling on the floor. Basically, this is the latest kit from Maison Fave, and I'm going to slice in here a bit of footage of me opening this. Back in a second. Hi everybody, so as promised I'm going to be opening the Maison Fave this morning. I can't wait to get this open. I can't believe it's been in my house 24 hours before I've had a chance to open it. Wow, take a look at this beautiful packaging. Oh my goodness, so exciting. Okay, let's see what's inside. I haven't opened this yet. Oh my goodness. Wow. Now this is one of their kits for the latest release of their pattern. Look at that. Oh, it smells amazing. Oh, let's have a look. So inside we've got wonderful packaging as always, and lovely card here just explaining the purchase. This is their kit for the brand new Pajamas. Let me show you. So inside we've got the kit for the brand new Pajamas, the Pajama Sapir, which is absolutely stunning. You've got lots of options here. So you've got the top and the trousers, and the trousers got a beautiful elasticated waist and slant pockets on the front. Just absolutely stunning. Can't wait to make these. And then inside you've got everything you need, which is amazing. So you've got the elastic for the back of the trousers. Looks like we've got some interfacing here. Got a beautiful label here as well. And then I've chosen the navy lily viscose fabric. This is just divine. Look at the detail on here. This is super soft and it's going to be beautiful to work with. I just cannot wait. And obviously the fragrance is absolutely outstanding. And then inside here we've got everything else that we need to make our project. So we have got, we've got some needles and some thread. I genuinely can't wait to get started. I wanted to share that with you because obviously I've opened it, I've washed the fabric now and we are ready to go. But let me explain to you this beautiful pattern. I'm not sure I'm saying that right. Sapir. I'm sorry that I'm butchering that beautiful language. Okay, let me explain to you a bit more about these beautiful pyjamas. I mean, only in France could they do a pair of pyjamas that looks as absolutely deluxe as these. I'll put a stock photo in here of the lovely Emily wearing these. They are just amazing. And in the Instagram reels that she's been doing this week, while she's been featuring them, you can wear them as day wear, clearly, as well as night wear, which is just win-win, isn't it, really? But I chose this. They come as two options. There's like a little camisole, which also comes with a slip dress, but also there obviously is a slip dress and shorts, and then this is the long one, which obviously you can make these into shorts anyway. I just think it's so stylish, absolutely amazing. It's got a beautifully constructed waistband. So this is actually a two-piece waistband, and you basically, how do I explain it? You sort of encase the top over the trousers, so it's not just slide some elastic in just in the back section and then stitch it down like there is in the Sapphire trousers, for example. It's actually two separate two separate ways of working. And these are called Italian pockets, and that's where you don't have the separate pocket bag. You have one pocket piece and it folds across into itself to create that pocket bag, which is very, very clever. Very good way of doing things. But these are actually quite a simple Maison Fauve make, so if you've not made a Maison Fauve item before, this would definitely be a really good starting point, and very, very satisfying. There's a full sew along again with these, as there is with all the Maison Fauve, and lots of people ask me, well, is it in French? Yes, it is in French. Beautiful Emily is speaking in French. It's her hands that are on the sewing machine, but she shows you step by step. Just, yeah, the level of detail in these sew-alongs is brilliant. But in order to understand it in English, you literally click on the little cog, which will take you to, which is settings, and then it's captions, and then you need to go auto captions, which will turn on captions. It will come up in French. You then, on my computer, you then need to go back into that and select a language and then scroll down to English. If you're watching it on your phone, it'll probably say auto translate and English captions will come up immediately, but it is very straightforward to do. But yeah, can't wait to make these. My dilemma is that I need to make these. Well, I don't need to make them. When I'm an ambassador for Maison Fauve, they provide me these items. I just know that in order to help feature these, the best thing to do and the right thing to do is to make these up very quickly. And these are part of the Valentine's sort of capsule, if you like, that they're doing. So I will be making these this week. I could cut them out and take them to the retreat. In fact, I could make them this week and wear them at the retreat, so that's actually might be a goer too. But let me show you the fabric. So this kit is lovely. So obviously you get the pattern. Oops. You get elastic for the back of your trousers. You've got, you can even have a look. Oh, Microtex needles. That's lovely. You get the cotton, matching cotton for the. That's actually deep navy. This is all in the kit. This is what you would buy. There's some interfacing there for the waist. That's for the facing. Got a lovely. Now this is in French, so I would need to. I'd need to translate that. The whole thing smelt beautiful of their wonderful perfume, but I haven't got some of that yet. But they're going to be at the Knitting and Stitching show in March, so I'm hoping hope they'll bring some of that and I'll actually get to buy some. And then this is the fabric. Now I've washed this, so it's gone a little bit, well, it just needs ironing actually, but I'm not going to iron it. I don't iron anything. But look at this. Now this is called Lily Viscose Jacquard, and it is just stunning. This is the second time I've worked with this fabric. I actually had the acajou, which is like a hazelnut colour, which I made, my goodness, I forgot what it's called. I made loads of them as well. I made a beautiful dress with the pleats on the shoulders. Oh my goodness, it's gone out of my head. No, I made a top and shorts actually in that, but this is going to be absolutely stunning, to not only to sew with, but to wear. And to wear as nightwear. I mean, is there any better sort of way of looking after yourself than having luxurious nightwear? Actually, I can't really tell you. I can't remember. I don't know that I've ever done that before. So yeah, exciting. And someone asked me, how much did you get sent? If I'm honest, I didn't click the button for the kit on this one. So they've sent me enough for the. I'm going to make a size 42 or a 44. Probably make a size 44 actually. Last year I was making size 44s, and then I moved into 42s when I lost a little bit of weight. But yeah, probably 42 would be okay, but I might make the 44 just to be sure. But that is very, very exciting. Just so I'm always so grateful for their continued support of me. And just to give you a quick update, I'm just going to move that out of the way somewhere here. Just to give you a quick update on the show, because I was lucky enough to win the competition to be on the catwalk, and we have won the 5 patterns of the spring summer collection. However, because of the timing of the show, we will actually be making items that are existing in the current catalogue of makes. So for example, in fact, I had the option, of course, I have the option to wear any of the Maison Fauve things that I had before. And I've got quite a few, so you know this, and they've been very generous and kind to me. So I actually contacted Emily and said, look, what would you like me to do? Because you've been very kind. I've got lots of things that I could happily wear on the catwalk. Or would you like me to make something? I would really quite like to make the Hazard jeans, which I'll put a picture in here of, which I haven't made before. Never made the Maison Fauve jeans. That is their jeans pattern. And also the brand new jacket. I think it's called the Calypso, which is a really sweet, it's got actually a removable collar on it. And I just had a vision of that in the lovely beige colour fabric that I made the grenadine skirt out of before, with the existing Bellini blouse in their lovely cotton lace. And then I'm going to wear that with my bestie bag, which has got the jacquard fabric in it that was left over from my what's it called? Oh, the jacket that I made. I've forgotten what that was called now. So, but I was more than happy to say thank you. You've been kind enough already. Don't worry. But they came back. But they did come back and say, no, we're more than happy for you to order the items, which is so kind, because they have been so kind to me. And that I placed the order for that, so they gave us a code for to order whatever we needed to make the outfit, and free delivery, which is so kind. So I went on and ordered that, and that will be with me at some stage this week. I don't think I'll have time to take that to the sewing retreat with me, but I've got until obviously end of March to make that. Yeah, it's actually not that long. It's quite really exciting though, so exciting. They're just so kind. So I've ordered the beautiful beige gabardine fabric with a lovely toffee lining and some beautiful sort of mother of pearl buttons, zip and so on. They said we could order anything that we wanted, which was great, in order to make a combination of a certain type of outfits they were asking for. So trousers and a top, or dress and a jacket. They needed like a whole outfit, if you like. Amazing. Can't wait to meet all the lovely ladies. So, hang on, sip more. What else have I been up to this week? Well, I have actually fallen down another rabbit hole, and I'm very, very excited about this one, because I don't wear skirts very much. I just don't. Apart from the grenadine, I don't know what it is about skirts. I don't seem to have the right tops to wear with skirts. I know that sounds a bit mad, but that's just how I am. But as you do, I was sitting and YouTube brought up a tutorial for a bias cut straight skirt, and a lovely, lovely lady called Lily, and I'm going to show it to you. Oh no, Lizzie Patterns. So Lizzie Patterns, she had made a beautiful grey bias cut, quite straight skirt, super long. Now if I can, I'll take a screenshot of hers and put it on here. And I rarely do this, but I immediately purchased it. I was like, that is lovely. And then what I decided to do, because it's so simple to make. This is me and So Sarah Styles pattern, type of pattern. You can literally cut the front on the fold, you cut back on the fold, excuse me, and that is your skirt. Done. Literally. And it's even got, oh, actually there's a lovely label there, look, from the Maison Fauve box that I'd missed, sorry about that. And it's even got a full-on tutorial on how to make it, and it is super simple. She makes hers with French seams, fair enough, especially when you're working with sort of slippery fabrics, nice finish on the inside. So she shows you how to do a French seam. You then literally attach the elastic around the top, fold it in, job done. Could not be simpler. She also then talks about something called ban roll, which I'd never heard of before, but is how to make a baby hem. So I've ordered some. It hasn't arrived yet. Now, you guys may well know about ban roll already, but it's essentially, it looks like a piece of elastic, it's sort of in its thick, it's like about this thick, and you buy it sort of by the yard, and then you pull away, because it's very fibrous, and you pull away the bottom section of the amount you want to hem, and you end up with lots of strands, if you imagine. So you imagine a piece of hessian, and you would remove the warp or the weave, you'd end up with lots of, and then you basically sew that flat onto the fabric, and then fold it back on itself as if you're creating a hem, and then sew again. So now you've got a seam with this band roll wedged in it. But because the band roll has enabled you to turn the seam, and I know I'm not describing this very well, but it's super clever. Basically, you end up with a hem that's this big, brilliantly done. No like having to do a guideline and then trim down your seam allowance and all that malarkey. You then rip away this band roll because it's so fibrous that it's not really attached, it's only sort of intermittently sewn in, and your hem is done. I thought that was amazing. So I've ordered some of that. It hasn't arrived yet, so I can't show you that, to do the hem. I just thought it was a really, really good thing, and it's not hugely expensive. So let me show you the skirt. Now it's not going to look at anything at all, and it's also as creased as anything. I'll explain that in a second. So this is the skirt, and if you've been watching my channel a long time, you might recognise this fabric, because this is a remnant I've had probably for a good, it's got to be 2 or 3 years. I bought this out of the remnants bucket at from the Stitch Festival or something like that, from Rainbow Fabrics. And when I saw the skirt, which is principally made out of satin or something like that, that's ideally what it is, but you need something with drape. I've got a remnant here, it's actually quite a big remnant left. And it's so clever, this pattern, because you basically, it makes it a little bit fabric hungry, if I'm honest, because in order to cut on the fold, on the bias, I wonder actually if I could show you on here. Imagine this is your big piece of fabric. Yeah, there we go. So you got your straight edge, and you basically fold this to a 45-degree angle, and then this, I know you can't really see that brilliantly, imagine that's 45 degrees, and therefore you've got a 45-degree angle here on the fold. That is where your pattern piece sits. So you do need to have, I don't think you necessarily need to have quite wide fabric, but you're going to need to have 2 lots of fabric that you could do that on. I hope that makes sense. You're basically, this is the folded edge, and so therefore your pattern piece sits here, and then you cut one on the front and one on the back. Really clever, because sometimes trying to find the bias cut, obviously bias is 45-degree angle to the selvage. I just thought that was amazing. So I went ahead and made it. Let me put a picture of me in it here. I love it. It didn't take me very long to make. I will say, however, the thing that confused me the most is, this is the pattern piece, and she explains in the video, and again here on the instructions, that there is a solid line and a dotted line, or a dotted line and a solid line, and one is the cutting line and one is the sewing line. I couldn't work that out. I just couldn't, because even, and I'm a 40, I think I've made a 44, but the pattern guide, as in, you know, the different types of dashes that you would use to cut this, it's not on there. So you've got the pattern guide, which by the way didn't have all the sizes on it, so that was a bit weird, and my particular dash, if you like, isn't on here. So I was like, okay, that's weird. That's really frustrating. Now don't get me wrong, this has had over 1 million downloads, 1 million views I think it is, on YouTube, so it's hugely popular. And I didn't read any of the comments that told me that, so I had to kind of guess it. So I went larger rather than smaller, because let's face it, you can trim it down but you can't stick it back on once you've cut it. So I made it and then put the skirt on and then trimmed it down. So I've now later on gone and trimmed my pattern piece. But my favourite thing about this skirt, actually let me just finish talking about this bit. So you literally, I know it's white elastic, but you don't see it when it's on the inside. You literally sew that on and then flip it to the inside. You probably, and I need to probably do this. I'm probably going to end up flipping this one more time, because it is a super long skirt. Yeah, that'll look nicer on the inside. I only made this yesterday. I put it on. I put a black jumper on with it because that's what I was really pleased with how it looked. And then I showed it to my daughter. My daughter Molly is 20, and I've rarely got her to wear any of the things that I make. And I said, "Oh, do you want to try it on?" Because it is right up her street. She does wear skirts like this occasionally. She tried it on. Oh, it looks amazing on her. I absolutely love how it looks on her. And then my favourite thing is that she said, "Can I keep it?" So I said, "Would you like it?" And she went, "Yeah." And then she wore it out for the day with us yesterday. This is the highest praise ever. I love it, love it. So I am chuffed to pieces to say that this skirt now belongs to Molly, which is fine by me, because I'm absolutely delighted that that is the case. I'm going to cut out at least 2 or 3 more of those, because this is the fabric in mind that I had when I saw the bias cut skirt, because this is a satin. That is going to be amazing, and I'm going to make one for me and one for my daughter. So that is the Lizzie, what does it say, Lizzie Patterns bias cut skirt from YouTube. And I have to tell you, there are lots of fabrics in my stash, maybe even this one as well, that I haven't really known what to do with, but I absolutely adore, and I am totally in love with this pattern. Can't say fairer than that, really. One more thing to talk to you about. Must be a really long video by now. People often ask me, do you ever buy clothes? And the actual answer is no, I don't, not really. I mean, whoa, look how many things I create, and I adore it, so I don't feel bad about it at all. The irony of what happened to me yesterday was I do have some, this is a shop bought, by the way. I've had this for 15 years, this black top. And I obviously had, in the pictures of that skirt, I've got the Rasak sweater on with the skirt. I think it looks okay actually, but what I really wanted was a sort of boat neck, very simple, plain black jumper. And we were going to a lovely place called Lewis yesterday to have some lunch, have a bit of a mooch about, and I was hoping that I could get hold of a black boat neck jumper because I was wearing the skirt that I wanted the jumper to go with. Molly then stole the skirt, which is absolutely fine, but we went into this lovely little boutique in Lewis called Sage and Onion, and they do have a website, so you can head over and have a look. And I found the perfect jumper, so I'm chuffed to pieces with this. Here we go, just really straightforward. And what is ironic about this is when I go to France to see Molly in the summer, this same designer, if you like, it's not a designer, it's like a one-size-fits-all Italian, I don't know, and I bought 2 ponchos in the same style fabric, one in red and one in orange, and this is basically the jumper version of the poncho, so I knew it was going to be okay, and it is, it's great, and it looks amazing with that skirt, by the way. But people ask me all the time, do you buy anything? And then I saw this outfit here. Oh. Now this is from, what's it called, 100 Stars, which some of you may well know anyway, and they make the most exquisite kimonos. And when I saw this set, I was completely done in, absolutely done in. I can't show you a picture of me in it because I only bought it yesterday, but here it is. I bought it. You're already thinking, Cara, you've got 100 kimonos, you make them, they're really nice, but you just can't buy fabric like this. You just can't, which really makes me frustrated when I see how beautiful this is. And then look at the trousers. Now this was expensive, I'm going to tell you. Like, not eye-wateringly expensive, but yeah, it was expensive. Look at those. And they are glorious. I know, they're basically the Pomona trousers, I know. Yeah, look at that. So basically I've bought a pattern that is, well, these are the Pomona trousers, let's face it, and this is the Sylvia robe. Pomona trousers, Anna Allen, Sylvia robe, so over it. But I treated myself, is all I've got to say. And I am going to be wearing this to death. in the summer. It actually also looks really beautiful with this jumper. It actually had a really lovely mint coloured jumper with it, which my husband, when I showed him the outfit in the evening, he said, oh, I think I preferred it with the green jumper. I'm like, could have said at the time, but never mind. Yeah. Oh, that's such a long catch up. I apologise in advance for that, but I do love sharing what I get up to with you. So let me know in the comments what you're up to. I've been busy packing for my weekend away next week, and what I try and do is before I go next week, I'm going to share with you what I'm taking, and then I'll be able to give you an update on when I've made them. So have a lovely, lovely day, everybody, and I'll catch up with you next time. Take care. Bye bye. Oh, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.